This is CNN Breaking News.
Thanks for joining me here in the CNN newsroom. I'm Jamal Goss in Atlanta, and we begin with breaking news here on CNN. The desperate search for two teenage boys last seen on Friday going on a fishing trip off the coast of Florida. And right now, the U.S. Coast Guard has confirmed that a boat they found capsized nearly 70 miles offshore is the boat the boys were operating. As for any signs of the two 14-year-olds, that news is not so positive. The Coast Guard searched throughout the night for the 14-year-olds who were headed to the Bahamas at the time. Former NFL star Joe Namath is a friend of the families. He spoke about everyone staying safe in the search.
You know, the love is there. We're all praying, and Nick actually wants the folks to know that are trying to help out, that are out there searching, be very careful. We've got a lot of people out on the water and in the air looking. Both families have been hard at work at this and praying, so let's just stay safe, and we'll keep on looking till we find them.
President Obama traveled overseas this weekend mostly to accentuate the positive in the relationship between the United States and Kenya, except when it comes to gay rights. On that issue, the two presidents sharply disagreed, and both made that very clear today. Kenya's president called gay rights in his country a non-issue, even though homosexual behavior there is punishable by prison time. President Obama compared that to legalized racism and said Kenya's approach to gay rights is flat out wrong.
When you start treating people differently, not because of any harm they're doing anybody, but because they're different, that's the path whereby freedoms begin to erode. And bad things happen. And when a government gets in the habit of treating people differently, those habits can spread.
President Obama is in East Africa today. He becomes the first sitting U.S. president to visit Ethiopia. New details are unfolding in the horrific theater shooting in Louisiana. Funeral services will take place Monday to celebrate the life of Macy Bro. The 21-year-old college student was one of two people killed in that rampage. Her boyfriend was one of 9 people wounded. We're also learning more details about the suspect, John Russell Hauser. Court documents show he had a history of, quote, extreme erotic behavior. Here, he flew a swastika outside his tavern in Georgia after losing his liquor license. As for the handgun he used in the attack, it was a caliber 40 caliber semi-automatic pistol that he purchased legally from a pawn shop. The Iran nuclear deal is by no means a done deal yet. It still has to pass the U.S. Congress, and we're now inside a 60-day congressional review period. Without a block from House and Senate Republicans, the agreement to lift sanctions on Iran in exchange for a big ramp down in their nuclear capacity will go into effect. Secretary of State John Kerry has been urging Republicans to allow the deal through, both to their faces in the Senate and in the speech to a council on foreign relations. Kerry says the agreement finally reached between Iran and 5 world powers is the only deal possible, that they are, in his words, quote, no alternatives. Many main criticisms of the deal: the term is too short, 15 years, and that many concessions made to Iran mean grave danger to Israel. Thanks for spending time with me. That's going to conclude this hour of the CNN Newsroom. You can get all the latest news at CNN.com and from our CNN News app. I'm Jamal Goss. Have a great week.